Everybody knows that if you want to deliver a great speech, you have to prepare diligently. That's a no-brainer. Today we're going to share a few pro tips to make sure your preparation pays off in a big way. David here with SDS. We share personal development tips and strategies to help you be your best and enjoy your path to success. Over the past 20 years, I've spoken in public easily over 1,000 times. Corporate training, lectures to top executives, invitations to universities, teaching high school, delivering sermons, commencement addresses, you name it, I've done it. Here are a few of the best tips I've learned about preparing for a speech. Here's preparation tip number 1. Memorize your main points and subpoints. Don't bother trying to memorize your entire speech, but do memorize your main points and subpoints. Your goal is to be 100% comfortable, to own, to master, to have digested the main points and the flow of your material. Why does mastery of your material matter so much? Well, Murphy's Law states that if something can go wrong, it usually will. And there are plenty of things that will go wrong and come up unexpectedly during your public speaking engagement. And if you haven't mastered your material, then those small speed bumps can become huge obstacles. Here's just a few things that might go wrong during your presentation. Your time might be cut short. They tell you, oh, we're really sorry. We know we told you you could have 30 minutes, but we only have 10 minutes left for you. Can you just condense it down to 10 minutes? Or another thing that happens is right before it's your turn to speak, the PowerPoint projector bulb burns out. Sorry, no PowerPoint for you today. Just as you begin your lecture, a high-level executive drops in unexpectedly. And she says, hey, I can only be here a few minutes, and I'm really interested in point number 3. Can you just start with that? A fourth thing could be a broken air conditioner. So it's not only incredibly hot, but the stage lamps are blinding you, and you feel like they're cooking you like a heat lamp at McDonald's. These are just a few of the curveballs that might get thrown your way when you're public speaking. And in fact, all of these have happened to me at some point. How will you react to the unexpected? Will these obstacles crush your performance, or will you rise to the occasion and do quite well? If you have memorized and thoroughly digested, if you have ownership and mastery of your content, then more often than not, you'll get through it, and you might surprise everyone else and even yourself by hitting a huge home run. Preparation point number 2 is KISS your PPT. KISS means keep it super simple. You should only put a picture and maybe a few bullet points on each PowerPoint slide. That's all you need, and it really works best, and here's why. If you put lots of text on your PowerPoint and animations and other complicated things, then your audience is going to get really bored because they're just overloaded with information. And so they're going to stop paying attention to you and they're going to get sleepy. It's a fact. There are many times when PowerPoint leads to a power nap. Secondly, if your audience doesn't fall asleep from all that information, that overload, then they're definitely not listening to you. What are they doing? They are reading the PowerPoint because they don't need you. All the information's just there and you're reading it. Second reason to keep it simple is sometimes you want to jump around. You want to present a slide that's 2 slides ahead and then come back to where you are. Well, if you have so many points and animations on your slide that you have to click through 30 times to get to the next slide, you can't quickly jump 2 slides forward, show that, and then jump back to where you were. So simple PowerPoint slides keep your audience engaged and give you flexibility. Preparation tip number 3 is do some voice exercises. Think about it. Athletes warm up and stretch their bodies Musicians warm up and tune their instruments before they perform. But most people, even before a very important speaking engagement, never warm up their voices. That's a big mistake. Without exercises, your voice gets flat and tight. You can do voice exercises in your car, in an empty room. They're easy. They just take a minute or two. If you've never tried voice exercises before, I highly recommend you give them a shot. If you want to learn a few simple voice exercises, consider checking out this video or this book. I'll put the information in the description below. You might be surprised to find out that your voice instrument is quite impressive, but that you've never realized or explored its potential. So that brings us to the end of our pro tips for public speaking. To recap, they are: memorize your main points and subpoints, make simple PowerPoint slides, and do voice exercises. If you use these preparation tips, your public speaking will improve and your stress level will go down. This helps a lot with speech anxiety. And by the way, if you're suffering from speech anxiety, I really recommend you listen to our video that's specifically about that topic. Question of the day: what's your biggest challenge when preparing for a speech? Please write your comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here and you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe. And as always, have big dreams, big thoughts, and big actions. They will help you soar to success.